Beautiful people, today we are ranking the best attackers in FC 25. And a little bit of a bonus feature, I will be ranking or rating your attacking lineup. So get in the comment section, let me know what your front three or front four looks like. As per usual, we have Broken, rank 1, Foot Champs, Debatable, in the Pine. We're coming in hot. Fire, Fuego, Al Owiron. Still good enough for the weekend, a lot of pace, not the most dynamic, but he's also not gonna cost you an arm or a leg. We've added extra Broken and also a top 10. Gareth Bale, all day, every day, at least Broken. In theory, none of these players should truly make the Pine. Barcola, let him cook. He's gotta join Gareth Bale. The pace is a phenom. He has that rapid, that finesse shot. Man is improved. Georgie Best, the bowl cut supreme. I don't love the price tag of this SBC on the record, but this is not a value equation. He's got to go Broken. He's got that incisive, the technical, the dribbling, the responsiveness, true winger in action. He shifts. Good luck staying in front of him. Kareem the Dream amongst this group, Debatable. Jamie Giddens, this could be a hot take, but I see him more rank 1. I want some margin. Eric Cantona has been phenomenal for yours truly. He is my type of striker. On record, I have a bias, but I get busy with this individual. Classy finishing, a lot of technical capability. The fundamentals are fundamentally, I don't know if that's a word. And then he has that razzle, the dazzle, the physicality. You can whip in a cross, you can have a takedown, climbing ladders. Speaking of, Cavani, he could jump. That's about it. Bobby Charlton, I got to take him up a notch. I'm seeing extra Broken, turning, facilitation. So many forget about the passing because some of your attackers, they don't come with that packaging. Crespo, that's going to be a debate. Cristiano Ronaldo, the rocket ship, the man that just seems ageless. Just turned 40. Would love to see it. Put him into another World Cup. Johan Cruyff. What a player. And you might question, why aren't they going to the top 10? We got a lot of prime. King Kenny, no doubt a talent, 5-star weak foot, has the finesse shot. Unfortunately got wasted with the chip as the secondary playstyle. It happens. I might not be over the moon or overjoyed with it, but it's a reality. Whether it's clear as day or dark as night, Broken is the category. Alessandro Del Piero. What an enjoyable individual. Maybe more of an attacking mid than anything else. Still feels right for him to be in this video. I might also incorporate him into the midfield version, which will be coming soon. I'm leaning more or less Foot Champs. Viable, but not the same difference maker he once was. Dembele on deck for another upgrade coming soon. Put him into the next promo. I'm surprised that EA didn't work it out somehow in Team of the Year or an honorable mention. He's one of those players that is constantly upgraded. We've seen this happen year in and year out. If he could have stayed healthy, he might be one of those what-if stories. Antonio Di Natale, love it. Upgraded Del Piero, at least via the items, even though he's technically lower rated. I got him in rank 1. He's crossing over at a little bit of a higher level. Diallo, now with incisive and power shot, plenty of stats. One of the more prime player selections from the newest of promos. And I think we can all agree, Future Stars did not live up to the hype. And I think EA messed up going back-to-back Future Stars following up Team of the Year, because typically this is a release that I am excited for, and I just think the timelines didn't mesh well for Future Stars this year in particular, and then of course the players themselves just seem underwhelming. Diaby, we're going Foot Champs, still fast as ever. Not the most complete attacker, and the game has adjusted, and I don't think he is nearly as dangerous or electric as he once was. Other players caught up to him. Same with Diani, and I don't know if it's just because it's an older item. In theory, you're looking at a 92. The stats are still jumping off the page, but she doesn't have the same impact. Jota's behind on the curve, going to the debate. Drogba, you can't tell me he is as good as he was. I refuse to believe it. David, we're going Brazilian. I used him enough, and sometimes he still makes appearances off the bench for me. That 5-star, you love to see that. Dybala, he's never been my fan favorite, and if anything on record, he needs to be an attacking mid. Samuel Eto'o, I can't stay in front of him. This man has been disrupting my flow, making me uncomfortable. Turn and burn. Hugo, as recording a current SBC, and that dribbling is nowhere near a 90. Hate to break it to you. We'll bring him to the weekend. Butragueno, I'm a major supporter, and that's not changing here. He's going straight to Broken. If you want quick turns, beautiful left stick, able to finish, both feet, equal-footed by design. Endrick, you might be paying a little bit of a premium just off the name sake. the potential. He does not come with passing play styles. Through balls, not from Endrick. Eusebio, I can't see how he's not in the top 10. This man causes so much fear. Rage quit city. He's one of those attackers that I try to avoid at all costs. I might even exit early. If I'm loading into a game and Eusebio is going to be the matchup, I'm never winning that type of matchup. El Nino, and I like this Fernando Torres. I do have questions about longevity. 90 rated seems low rated these days. And on record, and I'll be the broken record, not going to be your best passer. That's it. We'll leave that here. Phil Foden is filth. At least broken. We might have a re-up on a conversation piece. The way that he floats in the clouds with the R1 dribbling, he just scoots by the opposition, makes it look so effortless. And if you're a Travella merchant, which I'm guilty of, get him on the left side of the pitch, angle that thing top corner all day. Forlan, I can't take him to the debate. If you've used him, you know about the positioning, his finishing, just being in the right place at the right time. We also have history. We have rapport. Gabby Jesus, the Brazilian Jesus. Let's take the Arsenal fandom. We're going to foot champs. We're going back-to-back Arsenal, Brazilian, similar names. Maybe sharing a name. Garrincha's dribbling is something ridiculous. I feel comfortable and broken. I'm trying to keep that top 10 and even the extra broken, the elite of all elite. This Gakpo caused problems. We also had Evo versions. He's not the same threat that he once was, but I lean him into rank 1. I wish he was better. I've used her off the bench, more of a super sub. For most of you, it's going to lean debatable. Ginola has to find himself in broken, regardless. He just has that aura, that essence, that factor, that influence over the game. And for that reason, I'm even giving him the nod. Even at a 90 overall, he just holds up. Griezmann, super fun to use. Maybe a little bit of a specialist. You have to have the right team, the build, the personnel around him. Still one of the most disgusting and reliable finesse shots you can buy into. Ruud Gullit, I don't know what to do here. He's got to be a center mid. Technically a cam. You could play him up front if you wanted. If anything, I find him more foot champs as an attacker. Santiago Jimenez, amongst this group, debatable. Big Victor, I'm talking Gyökeres. We'll take him to rank 1. Can play him singular or in a partnership. Either way, as he's sprinting forward, he is in the right place, right time, has those natural striker instincts, as does Haaland. And even at a 95, I don't think he pushes out of broken. He's still enough of a game changer. In terms of chip through balls, because of some of the unique animations and his body type, he has acrobatic. Even for crossing, he is always going to have a little bit of a different feel. There's some sort of organics that's around Haaland and Cover Star. I don't know that I could take him further than broken. He won't be perfect for everyone, but once you get used to what he's offering, it's unique and in many ways one of a kind to Haaland. Hansen has to be top 10. Highest rated attacker, I believe, or at least in that position, tied for that. And she is beyond authentic. Out wide, destroying. Rage quit aficionado. Absolute team of the year goodness. Mia Hamm has to be there. Wow, what a player. What an item. And as an American that grew up watching the women's national team and Mia Hamm absolutely lead this dominance, this item matches. I also have her baby version, which has to be at least broken. If anything, I'm tempted to get her into extra broken. She's that good. I promise you, even at an 89 overall. Kai Havertz, you could use for the weekend, but he might even find his way in a debatable conversation. That's all I'm saying. This Thierry Henry, never seen anything like it. It might be early, but I'd be shocked if he's not in the top 10. If you've used him, I don't think you're arguing against my statement. If anything, you stand by it. Hazard, I like that. Been using him a decent amount. Still performing. And Yaki Williams. There's just so many options that are better. Insigne, Lorenzo, I'll lean him in. Some of the quickest touches, but you have to have the team, the roster, the overall squadron to bring this together. Isak, let's go to Sweden. The group's getting talented. I'm seeing it for the weekend. Lauren James, extra broken. And I don't know as I'm recording her price, but during Team of the Year, she was one of the more affordable pickups for getting a true Team of the Year. And I wish that she had a striker positional. With those skills and the powerfulness, and it would just be so perfect to have her centrally based with organics. João Felix, got to be rank 1. What a free item that was. If you're able to knock out some wins throughout the weekend. You weren't disappointed. Jarzinho, still fine and broken. Harry Kane, this is where it's weird. I know so many of you love him. He's just not amazing for me. What do we do? I'll put this for the masses. I'll respect your opinions more than ever. If you've been watching, you know Harry Kane's not for yours truly. Marie, debate, Sammy Kerr. I like her for rank 1. You'll be surprised. I'm telling you, cover stars, they got something. Kolo, Muani, striker. Put him into space, let him work. Will finish, good body type. If he's in some sort of 50-50, he's going to run it down. Yamal, that dribbling, the mixology, the razzle and the dazzle. You might know what's coming. You're not stopping it. You can't stay in front of him. And he's finally got the upgrades that were necessary, that were needed with the future stars. It was always coming. It was next up, or he's already arrived. I don't know how you want to describe him. This guy's already elite. Lacazette, you don't need him. Larson, more of the same. Lewandowski, we need more respect. Take that man into rank 1 in a heartbeat. Lookman, folks are sleeping. Let's go. Uppity up. Lukaku, I'm not in love, but still fine for that type of player. He got the upgrade with the weak foot. He has the power shot. He's got shoulders that just keep growing outward. Very physical. Luis Figo, we're gently at him into rank 1. He's a player I always come with a disclaimer where his stats look magnificent every single time from start to finish. But when you use them, you end up with some more questions. Alvarez, he's been on the downturn. I think he's been out too long. See a 92, and I see foot champs. I understand. Money Mahrez, I love him. You might not. We're going to throw him into the debatable. Malin deserves better than foot champs, but at this present day, there's so many players that have gotten on a similar level that have caught up to Malin, but he's put on for the club, for the organization. I want to give him his due based on the amount of goals that he has provided and the variety of positions that he plays. And without a shadow of doubt, one of the best free items we have ever had in an FC or a FIFA installment. I've talked my way into giving him rank 1, hands in the air, could be partially due to the amount of time that we've already had him in motion. Sadio Mane, more or less weekend approved, or that's where he should be. I don't believe there's that much flex. Marta, and what a legend. Again, when it's all said and done, she'll go down as one of the best women's players of all time. Lautaro to rank 1, Mbappe to unstoppable, but clear for the top 10. I don't think anyone will disagree. Lionel Messi, what are we talking about? I like broken. Soft-spoken, and between the finesses and the R1 dribbling, always finds little pieces of space. He's got unique movements to him, as he should. Vivian with no gold playstyle. She kind of doesn't make sense. I've seen her used plenty, but there's too much talent on display. George, still think the stats are somewhat fraudulent, but we'll give him foot champs. Put Moeller foot champs, but again, not moving the room for yours truly. Alex Morgan deserves at least the weekend. And by all means, if we're just talking long-range efforts, finesse shots, spectacular fireworks, July 4th, send them. But other attackers have caught up to him. Nani, I have him, and he's been under-delivering lately. And for that reason, I'm going debatable. No disrespect. Neymar, first touch, finesse shot, dribbling, as you would expect. And that could be the greatest finesse of all time. Neymar in the Saudi League. 2 games for 100 mil. Someone can do the calculations. It was unbelievable what happened in the Middle East. Unrelated to, of course, his final placement here. Does he need to be above broken is the question. Or should he be? I'm going extra broken. Line it up, make it official. Nico Williams, this item doesn't really do it. He lost his momentum and his hype from early on this year. We'll still go weekend league. Nkunku, sure, for foot champs. Nunez, he's sort of like Malin. He's nowhere near his best item or best form, but he's almost done too much for me not to at least allow him to play throughout the weekend. But he should be coming off the bench. Don't use him as a starter. I can almost guarantee you have better strikers. JJ, quick step in and trickster in motion. Another player that feels a little more downgraded. Elise this entire year has felt special. Every time I use him, even present day, he's got that juice. Openda, unfortunately, does not. It's a player that underdelivers for me. Osimhen, similar. It's not coming together. Cole Palmer, icy cold. I'm leaning him into extra broken, and you should too. This is the upgrade you needed. That man has confidence. Can score, can dribble, can facilitate, take space, aggressive. She can go for the weekend. You don't need her. Pedro Neto. Wow. Quite an item. Say what you will. Some of the best dribbling in the game. Maybe doesn't have every other element, But if we're just talking first touch, quick control, turning, changing direction, up here, Pele has to be top 10, as per usual. There's certain players that it just doesn't shift. Every single year, we have the same conversation around Pele. It's not a surprise. You don't need her, but we'll give her foot champs. Pop, more or less debatable. Prince, at this point, debatable. Puskas, wow. Big upgrade. If you've used them, if you made some sort of team of the year, icon edition, that type of pickup. Rafa Leao, texture broken indeed. It's that body type. One step over and he's off to the races. You just don't recover. He's got that energy that only the youth have. The way that he shimmies and he shakes, and it makes you nervous. It makes you uncomfortable. It gives out free anxiety for your opposition. Rafinha is probably dated. And it was an expensive SBC at the time, but we'll give him foot champs. Morgan Rogers, 180,000 for the SBC. You've got a couple different options. Your choice between the playstyle swap up. No doubt for the weekend. Rashford at Manchester United. That was not a move I was expecting. I think most would agree. I'm going broken for this item. We've got so many players already above and beyond. I'm not trying to Buzz Lightyear or Toy Story you up, but those are classics. Raul, I love the player. Didn't love the SBC. I wish he was better on the virtual pitch. It doesn't feel right having him in foot champs. He should do a little bit better, and for that reason, we're giving him rank 1. Rivaldo, he will surprise you. Also going rank 1. Guru, speaking of surprises, wow, what an item. What a team of the year. This might not be doing her right. Could be doing a disservice just having her in broken. That impressive. Franck Ribéry, we'll go rank 1 for now. Maybe he has a case. The Frenchman could go up. Trinity Rodman, and at this point, she kind of needs another upgrade. I can't knock the pace. I'll maybe give that credit, that Rafinha bonus package. Rodrigo is nice, but most of you didn't complete them because you traded your trade-ins for something different. R9, you know the situation. Guaranteed in that top 10 amongst the attackers. If you can make that happen for you in any capacity, R9 will not fail. These are the facts. Even baby R9, filth. Very similar to the likes of Mia Hamm. And I'm tempted to go ahead and bring her up a notch. She's legitimately this good, at least up here. But it does tell me we're going to have some more movements, so don't go anywhere. This can be foreshadowing. I don't mind. Wayne Rooney, rank 1 contender. Ian Rush, I haven't liked him even for the weekend. I'm not a Liverpool individual, but he has constantly under-delivered on the virtual pitch. You can't tell me different. You don't see him in motion for a reason. Salah, good money. Open up your body, unleash. Dafinesi. Sane, he's a club representative. And I still feel good with rank 1. I was scoring goals for fun, early doors, winter wildcard. What? Greens, please. Weak foot upgraded, not an issue. Still got the burner, finesse shots, clean, crispy. A lot of drop-down menus. Sancho, pleasant surprise. And also rank 1. Ooh, Salma, there's something to her. Rank 1 doesn't feel like enough. Get me broken. This has been her year. Alexis with the flashback. We're talking Sanchez. Put him in the game. Who remembers at Arsenal? Carrying folks. Had him on the back. That man was motivated. But I got him rank 1. He's got the 5-star skills. First touch is a nice addition. Finesse shot, always appreciated. Back in motion. Sar is not slow. Just a speed demon out wide. Sasic, probably not going to use her. Alan Shearer is getting a little bit more credibility. This is better, but he's still a little bit clunky on the turns. Can we call a spade or a heart at heart? Can we have that type of back and forth? Big Benjamin, Chesko, talent, rank 1. Another one of those unique body types as well. If you're looking for another Holland-esque with better dribbling, 6'5", kind of brawly. Not saying he's up there with the 95, but Chesko should not be slept on. Loda, the Swede. I like rank 1. It's not a big enough upgrade. Again, the side to side, some of the dribbling or having the agility to skirt through the double teams or quick packaging on the defensive end. She doesn't necessarily have that. I didn't think her previous item had that either, but she will score a finesse shot for you. No questions. Oh, Socrates is put on for our team. Rank 1, Xavi Simons, who made it official with RB Leipzig. No longer on loan. Can he get out of rank 1? Because he's there. He is borderline broken material. Let me come back to it. Shaw was a surprise from the Team of the Year ladies. Again, she might be a little cuspy, but the Jamaican will not disappoint you up front. That I can promise. Shevchenko, unfortunately, at this point, to the debate. Sophia Smith. I can't stop her. She has been crushing souls. No mercy. Running it up. We got 8. 8 in the top 10. We might have to do a little of this. Could be a wobble. Smith, big fan. Have players caught up too much? I still feel good with rank 1. I'm holding true to that. Sonaldo. I used him for a couple weekends. I don't know that I would give him present day brokenness. A lot of you will disagree, but he's got the finesse. He's got that danger. He's got that feeling right here. You're going to internalize. You're going to think about it. Sorlov, good enough for the weekend. No doubt about it. Big body again. If anything, we're talking about Norway's finest. Their Norwegians are built as if they're chopping down trees and they're putting the tree on their back. Luis Suarez, now in MLS, of course, joining that Miami grouping. Everyone coming back together, full circle. Wouldn't get you out of the weekend, at least not presently. I don't think he's fast enough for how the game has adapted, how it's changed. Still a threat, not knocking him. Swanson, if anything, this was from early on, similar to Alex Morgan, but I can't not at least give her weekend league approval. Just off the GP. Durham. I like him in rank 1. Again, the game is circling back, but he's got a certain overpoweredness in FC 25 in particular. Carlos Tevez. Wouldn't feel right. He finally got a double play style you could sort of work with. Relentless for a striker. Wouldn't be my first choice. Not number 1 or number 2 or even number 3 on the docket, but there's something to it. Van Basten is not going to go. Van Nistelrooy also not going to run it up. Van Persie is sort of limited. It's really finesse for life. He's got that first touch. You can get that finesse shot off a little bit quicker. You whip it into him and let it go. Unleash it. I've always enjoyed watching him play on the actual pitch. The man's technique. Ooh, chef's kiss. Vinny Jr., I put the gold because you're seeing him in action. I think he's better than Foot Champs. He's that good this year. So we'll give his baseline a rank 1. We'll take the 97, where you know where this is heading. Top 10. Locks in 9 positions. I'm happy with that first 9 in. Watson, debatable. Packed him. Veghorst, there might be a place for him. I'm still going debatable. You could find better pieces to the puzzle. We'll round it out with one more weekend choice. Let's make this interesting and get into a review. I'm not going to focus on the down low. We're going up top. Guru, we're coming up to extra broken. Gareth Bale is making that same argument. Georgie Best. Phil Foden's dribbling is special. I like that grouping. Don't get me started talking about Cantona. I'm going to pull Sun up. Shaw's been something. I don't want to deny her of the brokenness she probably deserves. Xavi Simons with the upgrades. Franck Ribéry will get there. I'm keeping Harry Kane down. I don't want to hear about it. Dembele, we're waiting on the next upgrade. I've always loved Di Natale. Drogba isn't as good as he once was. Pre-patch or previous patches. Rivaldo should not be slept on. New Figo is smooth sailing. Even Vinny's 90. We could talk about it. Butragueno is that guy for me. And now he has the upgrade on the skills. That was the one drawback. I'm going to give him the nod. Garrincha can stay in broken. King Kenny is staying there. I already got Sun on a pull-up. Is Holland disruptive enough? Maybe is the question. Probably so. I'm going to give Rashford the nod, even with the move. And I feel good about what we've done there. But we still need at least one in the top 10, unless we're going to pull somebody down. At least from my personal experience, Cristiano Ronaldo, Cruyff, R9. We already have an R9 up there. So I think we're going to leave that alone. And Cruyff is going to get the nod. And that closes out the top 10. Cristiano gets left off. In the comments, let me know your current attack. I will rate it. And as always, we'll have a lot more content coming out ASAP.